Hi there, it's John Thompson from the TG Loans Mortgage Team here at C2 Financial. And today is another Borrow Smart, Repay Smart lesson. So let's get to it. All right, today we're going to be talking about should I stay or should I go? And this is a really important, financial and lifestyle question. We've done several classes on this. It's a really interesting conversation. This question is faced by many, but especially obviously senior homeowners who are looking to sort of find a sustainable retirement income and lifestyle plan. And the things they're thinking about it, what are the financial impacts, what are the lifestyle choices, should I even be considering using my equity for retirement, and kind of what are all the options and where do I begin? We really do find that people have a hard time kind of getting this conversation going. Sort of the basis of this whole conversation, if you're a homeowner, is your home an asset? Typically, don't say that your primary home is an asset. However, when it comes to retirement income planning and distribution and making decisions around how to create a sustainable future, your house and the equity in the house certainly does become a very important asset to consider. And one of the challenges we have in thinking about this is, where does the house fit into this traditional investment model? When we're looking for rate of return, and we're looking for safety, and we're looking for liquidity. We're not going to address all those questions in this short little lesson today, but it kind of gets us going. And so the big question is why? Like, why? What's going on with you? Is it more of a financial decision? Is it a lifestyle decision? People across all the broad spectrum of income and assets are having this kind of conversation. When you think about the lifestyle side of this, when you're thinking about the home, what are the size and layouts you need? Are your needs changing? Do you need to renovate the home? Do you like your neighborhood? Do you not like your neighborhood? Do you need to be near family? Is that important to you? What amenities are nearby? What's the access to transportation and things like that? What are the access to healthcare? What is the quality of healthcare in where you live or want to live? Should you be considering a second home or a vacation home? And there are probably many other lifestyle considerations to think about. But where do you kind of start, and how do you get this conversation kind of going? What are the financial considerations to think about? There's a lot of things going on when you're dealing with real estate and taxes and so forth. What are your cash flow? What income's coming in today? What kind of debts do you still have? Have you funded retirement? What are other objectives? Legacy planning is when you're planning for your kids or your family. Is it important to take care of them, or are they good? Estate planning, how do you protect yourself from taxes and capital gains on property taxes? And how do you protect the assets that you have? What are the costs of healthcare in your area? Are those going up or are they down? Are they manageable for you over the next 10, 20, 30 years? What are your costs of living? Is where you live super expensive, or are there changes you can make to maybe reduce that cost? And if you want to keep working or volunteering or being involved, what's the ease of that? How do you maintain socialization? Those other kind of important things. Now, as you start to think, what kind of lifestyle do you want to live in? And you want to live in a big, beautiful home? Do you want to live kind of in a golf course, desert community? Do you want to live in assisted living or shared living environment? What is all those kind of things? And granted, tough to think about, when you're not there yet. But sort of the earlier you start considering it and having the conversation, probably better. When you start to think about housing, experts really recommend thinking about 4 key considerations. The functionality of your home, like how easy is it to use your home? Are you going upstairs? Maybe that's not going to be good to do in 10 years. So how functional is it? Where's the location and accessibility, other amenities? What are the services nearby? And is it financially affordable? Are you able to create a plan that's going to help you last for many, many years to come? So those are 4 key housing considerations, no matter what kind of housing you're going into. And there are lots of choices when it comes to housing for older adults. There's obviously the home you live in right now. And for some people, that's the best choice. But maybe it requires some modification. And sometimes maybe it doesn't. Maybe it's time to go. Renting a home, senior housing type of thing, affordable housing choices, continuing care, retirement communities are an option people are really going into more and more these days, or assisted living if you need help with that, or special needs housing. Co-housing would be living with other people and creating that kind of environment. Micro units are kind of mini units where you sort of streamline and reduce the things you might need. Granny housing, ADUs, accessory dwelling units, are important. Sharing homes with others, mobile homes, nursing homes, and there's some outliers which are kind of interesting. We're not going to go into all that, but just to kind of keep, there's a lot of options to think about. So it doesn't really matter, like, who do you need to talk to? Is it your spouse? Is it your partner? Is it your family? Is it your kids? What other advisors you need to bring into this? The bottom line is you got to start somewhere, and it probably is with the partner, the person you spend the most time with, but bring the family and your kids into the conversation. It doesn't matter if you're rich or affluent, or you're living paycheck to paycheck. The key is really to start the conversation. We often see in our business too many people waiting, and they lose options by waiting because they've reduced the value of their home and they can't get to things anymore. In California, we're very fortunate because we have great home values, and there's ways to maybe tap into that equity to be able to help with this conversation. And you're going to be surprised when you start a conversation to learn what others that really care about you and want from you. We see this over and over again. End of the day, we want you to learn, study, and take action. There are no right or wrong answers. They're just a decision to take an action. So we highly recommend that. We're happy to help start that conversation with you anytime. So thanks again, John Thompson with the TG Loans Mortgage team. And I want to remind you again, anytime if you're interested in getting our book, Bar Smart, Repay Smart, please let me know, and we'll talk to you soon. Thanks.